It's a night for the ladies with KJ and Tay. A night for the ladies, so come and get a drink. It's a night for the ladies.
What's up, it's your girl Tay.
And it's your girl KJ.
And it's ladies' night. Okay, so we finally made it to a night where our buddy here
shows up. I'm actually live
in the studio.
Hello. I've been kidnapped and handcuffed. You know it's cuffing season shit.
Right.
I mean, I have to schedule to come out.
And her man is definitely cuffing her.
Girl,
yes.
Under the covers, under the bed, in the closet, on the counter, in the kitchen. Oh, shit, I'm giving y'all too much information. Right. But y'all know how I do. Anyway, what's going on? It's a lot going on in the world right now. The biggest thing, well, it's not the biggest thing. You know, y'all president always making shit crazy. But anyway, I do want to talk about Colin Kaepernick and the power move that he has made. He has decided to file grievance against the NFL, which is very, very, very good. Because he has been boycotted. Yeah. Because what other explanation do they have as to why my man's is still unemployed when he is a good quarterback? Holla at me. For real? What's going on?
He's definitely blacklisted. He's definitely being blacklisted. And I definitely hope that he gets justice. They're already predicting that he's probably going to win millions from this. Wow. Because, honestly speaking, he deserves it. And here's the thing, anybody that's a football head, and I get this from my boyfriend, he watches football on a regular basis, and like he said, the way that you know for a fact that Colin is being blackballed is they are actually hiring, or they have recruited quarterbacks that are worse than him, bad stats, but they are trying their best to not put him on anybody's roster. And then have the nerve, which seems to have actually been, so to speak, reversed by one of the owners of the NFL. But since they've come out and most of the players have come out like, okay, their jobs are being threatened by the NFL for them actually standing up for themselves.
Right.
Like, you're telling a black man in the United States not to stand up for himself after years of oppression. And here's the thing too, I definitely want to toss this out there because so many people are saying, oh, they are disrespecting the army, they're disrespecting our men in arms, they're disrespecting the military, they are being so disrespectful and honorary and this, that, and the third. You have to understand that the stance that they are making has nothing to do with the military. They are standing against a president who has outwardly encouraged bigotry. Like, this is not something that nobody has seen, nobody has heard. Everything that this man is being caught on video saying, he's turning around and saying it's fake news. Everything that comes out of his mouth or his camp's mouth is alternative facts. Like, come on, like anybody with common sense, even though I do understand common sense is not that common, anybody with any ounce of intelligence or any ounce of a brain cell could say this man is a joke. Because he is, and my defense for Donald Trump is that I understand that he's a media figure. He has always been a media figure. He's has had his reality show. Every time you ever see him in media before he was even a president. So this is his personality. This is not something that just happened yesterday. This is just something that's highly publicized now that he's president and he doesn't get it. That's the issue. It's not the issue that he is, because there's a million bigots in the world. Live your life, do your thing. That's the whole point of free speech. So as long as you don't bring it to my household, I gives two flying fucks what you do. But because this is something that's coming into a lot of people's households unwillfully, and he flat out told everybody to boycott the freaking NFL because these men are trying to have a voice, they're standing up for their rights. There's no right or wrong way to boycott. I'm so sick of hearing people say, oh, that's so disrespectful to the military. You know what's disrespectful to the military is them having African American people that is fighting for the war, minorities that is fighting in the military that are still not getting the respect that they deserve on the street. That's disrespectful to the military. You know what else is disrespectful to the military? Is when a man who did serve was killed unarmed by an officer. Mind you, I don't know if any of you guys actually remember this story from last year, but there was a man that was actually an off-duty officer that get this. There was a guy that was an off-duty officer, black man, who was actually held at gunpoint by one of his fellow officers, and then the guy was like, "Oh, my bad, I didn't recognize you." And this is somebody that he worked with on a regular basis, didn't recognize him just because he fit the fucking description when he was off duty because he didn't have his uniform on. And you have people that are in the military that come off duty. There was a veteran that was killed. There was a black veteran that was killed a year or two ago by a fucking police officer just because not because he fit a description, just because he was fucking black. You know what I'm saying? And he was doing what he was supposed to do. He was an honorary person. When he died, he did die with honor. You know what I'm saying? They did do the whole thing that they do for every other military death. But in the same respects, it's like that is disrespectful to the military. Not somebody peacefully protesting the fucking flag of the United States of America, because the fucking flag of the United States of America stands for something so much more hateful than anybody that actually agrees with the flag wants to adhere to. Everybody wants to hide behind these fucking glass mirrors and say, "Oh, this happened, but it didn't really happen. Oh, we didn't mean it that way. Our ancestors are very sorry today that we're still killing you and using our authority outside of the point of what the authority is actually supposed to be used for, but because we're having a bad day today, you know, you even though you lost your family member, are supposed to understand this. We're sorry, but he's not going to be charged because he's an officer." So he feared for his life, even though you were unarmed and had your hands up. He feared for his life while you held a gun. So what did you think that person who had his hands up with a gun faced in his fucking face felt? He didn't fear for his life, knowing good and damn well that person could kill him and come up with any story that he wanted to, and they would be acquitted of this shit because it's your word against the dead man's word. And everybody knows in the court of law, if the person is not alive to actually stand trial to defend themselves, then their word means nothing, because nobody can say that didn't happen if ain't no witnesses coming forth. And of course ain't no witnesses coming forth because we all know how this goes.
And we're supposed to be okay with that shit. So shoot us down. We're unarmed. We'll kill you and just shut up and don't talk about it. Hell no. So now when Kaepernick decides to take a stance, I mean, you're talking about a public figure. He's a millionaire. He's a football player. I mean, people look up to him, and you're telling him when he want to stand up for something that is totally so wrong, he gets his ass kicked out of the NFL. He's unemployed, and he's running around this world trying to get everybody to say, "Hey, look, I stood up for something that was right." I'm telling you that it is unfair. And it is unlawful. I mean, it's just not, you cannot justify just killing an unarmed person and having me be okay with it.
Case in point, what is happening with Colin Kaepernick? Case in point, enough said. This is what the country does to black men.
No. He can get a job. We're going to hire him. We're going to hire him. He could come. We're going to give him a job.
Are we going to hire him here?
We're going to hire him. Now, we're going to hire. This is what the NFL said. No, he got a chance. So my thing is, what can they say? So why don't he have a job? What are y'all saying? You were telling me that he got on his knee when they were saying the national anthem. He kneeled down on the national anthem. Now he's unemployed. So on the outside looking in,
he was disrespecting the military.
On the outside looking in, what are you guys doing? So you're telling him that he can't stand up for rights. So basically, you're telling him that it's not okay to defend something that he believes in. He's not supposed to have an opinion. That's what you guys are saying.
And he is not allowed technically to use his amendments.
No.
He's not allowed.
Why would he do that?
He's not allowed to do that. Oh. Not as a professional football player. You are not allowed to follow the First Amendment. How dare you?
Why would you do something like that? You're gonna kneel after
think
all this country done for you?
You think you got rights? You got rights?
This nigger. All these niggers. They just want fair treatment.
Boy.
Okay?
Let me tell you what
we're allowed them to come into our restrooms and eat out of restrooms. What more do they fucking want? Are you serious? They really want to be treated equally? No. We're not going to fucking do that.
We're allowing them to entertain us.
Right. These niggers, they get paid millions of dollars to throw this goddamn ball. Their families are fed. They drive fancy cars and they're asking for more. They want equal rights. Well, how about these ungrateful niggers go back to where they came from?
How about that?
The bullshit is right there in our face and we see it. Come on now.
And this is a conversation, and I hate to say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. But I really don't hate to say this because it's the truth. This is a conversation that a lot of lost black people and white people have on a regular basis.
Right.
It's just the end of the start and the end of the conversation is that this is disrespectful to the military.
How? What's disrespectful? We have veterans that are homeless. That's disrespectful. Didn't someone just die? And our president, you know, he have yet to send his remorse to the pregnant widow.
As a matter of fact, he did send his remorse. He said she knew what she signed up for.
Wow.
It's a night for the ladies with KJ and Day. A night for the ladies, so come and get a drink. It's a night for the ladies with KJ and Day. A night for the ladies, a night for the ladies.